we get our guys right in the YouTube chat. So I don't know what the case is on that, but they're saying that there is no audio, but I think we are good now. So, um, can you guys hear me now? If you guys, no. Oh, no worries whatsoever. I owe you guys a restart. So let's do this now. All right. So I teased what we saw from game number 3 from the Los Angeles Lakers. We saw what happened with DeAndre Ayton and how DeAndre Ayton had a big impact in the series against the Houston Rockets. And then we look at the OKC Thunder series. He has really been a non-factor. So there's some stuff to discuss on DeAndre Ayton. I also teased when there was no audio with Austin Reaves and seeing how Oklahoma City's 12th guy, AJ Mitchell, it's real glaring what we were seeing from Austin Reaves on that end of the basketball floor. seeing him getting picked on left and right. We're going to discuss that. We got some clips about that. And then your guys' thoughts on JJ Redick and seeing how JJ Redick has trying to been how he has been trying to respond to his rotation, is trying to find answers. So we got some stuff for that. And then I did show you guys that clip of Wemby and showed you guys him being, throwing a little bit of that elbow into the chin of Miles Reed. I didn't know Wemby had that side to him. I know he had that edge. And what I was asking to you guys is, what were your guys' thoughts on seeing Wemby throwing that elbow? And I believe the referees got that call right. You do see the windup. I was surprised it wasn't more of a reaction to the Minnesota Timberwolves side, but came off of an offensive rebound. Wemby, you can legit see it. Him throw that elbow, the windup, flagrant 2. He was ejected from the game. By the way, Wemby is not serving any further suspension. He will not be suspended for game number 5 for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs series. But like you guys are saying, you love it. JJ Redick saying that he shouldn't be suspended. Jay saying that he loves it. There's a little bit of fire, a little bit of side though. I thought this was good. I thought this creates more of a drama in this series for the Minnesota and San Antonio. Minnesota is playing really, really well right now in that series, and the fact that it's evened up at 2 games apiece, Timberwolves took advantage of that. Wemby being out the basketball court. Now, let's get into it, man. Because I see you guys already fired up in there. And let me just say with Brian. Brian in the YouTube chat says, DeAndre Ayton airballed a 5-foot shot. But guess what, Brian? And you guys in the YouTube chat? We have that clip. And I'm telling you guys right now, I was sitting right next to Beto Duran on game number 3. So I was right behind John Island in that broadcast. And I'm telling you guys right now, the moment I saw DeAndre Ayton roll really well to the basket, Austin Reaves does a good job going downhill, and DeAndre Ayton catches it in a really good spot. Just look at this, man. And I'm really not trying to put my head down and get frustrated, but DeAndre Ayton, just take 1 or 2 more dribbles and dunk the damn basketball. Like, you rolled really, really hard just for yourself to shoot a 5-foot floater. If you just take 1 or 2 more dribbles, Chet Holmgren would not be there for the rotation to block your shot. And you know what the beauty of it is that he actually continued to play. As they tell you, the whistle, you play throughout until you hear the whistle. DeAndre Ayton got the rebound, and then that's a bad shot selection. Because now you got Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein right over you, walling up, and there's no way in hell you were going to make that layup. That's the time. Reset it. Reset the damn offense. But no, it started off by him not being in the right spot, but not being a lot more aggressive and dunking the basketball. Just dunk it. Literally, just dunk the damn ball. I can't fathom over that. When I seen that, I kid you guys not. This was my reaction. Really? This is what we're doing? We're airballing 5-foot shots? Now, there's more with DeAndre Ayton. And it was that sequence where there was 2 offensive rebounds for OKC. Isaiah Hartenstein, what do we say the moment this series is going to start? He is a workhorse. He does not stop. He continues to be active when it comes to rebounding. Isaiah Hartenstein does a lot of things off the dribble. Now, Isaiah Hartenstein, if he's having that floater like DeAndre Ayton does, guarantee that's money because he's proved that he's been able to knock down that shot. Hell, he was killing the Lakers early on that game with that floater. But just look at this effort from DeAndre Ayton, man. 2 offensive rebounds, and then you have JJ Redick walking over to the bench and signaling, looking at right at Scott Brooks and saying, look, man, I can't play him right now. I cannot play him. AJ Mitchell, again, being able to go downhill. DeAndre Ayton, no effort. Tip back, reset. Another shot opportunity for OKC. Isaiah Hartenstein is getting in a little tussle with DeAndre Ayton. And then what happens? Foul on DeAndre Ayton. JJ is walking over, and then you can see him just look at Scott Brooks. Everyone on social media has been saying that JJ Redick said, because he's trying to see what he was saying as, reading lips and saying, I can't play this guy right now. And then, you know what the worst part is that there's more clips of DeAndre Ayton, and he's voicing his frustration after the OKC gets the lead up to 13. And I'm like, DeAndre Ayton, why are you getting mad? What are you voicing a frustration for? Like, you gave up 2 offensive rebounds in that possession. Austin Reaves was throwing his arms up in the air because he's like, DA, you have to be active on the glass. So all the frustration, you might be frustrated at yourself for giving up those 2 rebounds. You might be frustrated at yourself for airballing a 5-foot jump shot, whatever the case is. But this is why the Houston Rockets series, good job, DeAndre Ayton. We gave you the praise. We gave you the credit that you so deserved in that series against the Rockets. JJ Redick even said it himself. Look, DeAndre Ayton, I feel like he's going to have a bounce back game. That's what JJ Redick said. He helped us win a lot of games in that series against the Rockets. But it's not the same thing when you're rolling up against OKC. They do a lot more than Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun. And by the way, this is not, we're not solely just picking on DeAndre Ayton because there's other guys. Austin Reaves is a perfect example, which don't get me wrong, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna discuss that. But when you look at JJ Redick and you see him just walk over to the damn bench, and he's like, I can't play him. And then you're like, I gotta roll the dice with Jackson Hayes. And there's no disrespect to Jackson Hayes, but it's like you can't roll him out there against Isaiah Hartenstein, against Chet Holmgren, against another big man in Jalen Williams, who has proven he can step out. And he has been killing the Lakers in the perimeter. The rotation has not been there. And I really, really just don't understand. The third quarter really frustrates me with this Lakers team. Second straight game where they have the lead going into halftime. Second straight game. The Lakers had the lead going into halftime. Remind you, the Lakers shot really, really well from three-point ball. They did. Luke Kennard finally was able to get in the rhythm. It was good to see him get up 10 shots. And it was really aggressive. No hesitation. There was one play where LeBron James was cross court, still a skip pass over to Luke Kennard. He fumbles it, takes a step back for the 3, shoots it, and it was real good to see him being aggressive. Luke Kennard, you have that ability in you. I don't know why you're so hesitant on not shooting the ball. Whenever you do, good things happen. Whether you make it or you miss it, good things happen because it's good results. But that third quarter and seeing them every single time in this series, 2 straight games. Look at this. First quarter, they have a 7-0 lead to start it off. Guess what? There's moments like that where you're like, I really, really hope Luka Doncic is in there because can you imagine Luka Doncic was in there in this moment where they're already up 7-0? Let's run up the score. Let's keep on scoring. Another one, right in the third quarter. Game number 2, up 71-70. And you know what happened? Crumble. Turnovers left and right. Doing a jump pass in the air where you're trying to shoot the ball, but you're kind of in an indecisive decision and trying to throw it while your feet are up in the air into Isaiah Hartenstein's hands, into Chet Holmgren's hands. The third quarter is what really has been eye-opening for this Lakers team. But let's be real. Let's just have a real conversation about this. Let's not act like this is something that just happened for the playoffs. No, this has been the same story for the regular season. JJ Redick looked like he has just been really, really frustrated. And you see him. I remember looking at him when there was a sequence where I believe the Lakers, they turned the ball over and no one was getting back on defense. And then Alex Caruso came down the lane and did a one-handed dunk. And you see JJ, timeout, and he's just trying to find ways to stop the bleeding. And I tell you what, JJ Redick is trying every single thing to make the right adjustments, to make the right rotations. We saw Adu Thiero get sunburned. And JJ Redick listened to you guys in the YouTube chat, by the way. He was listening. And he saw what you guys were saying about don't play Jake LaRavia. At this point, roll the dice with the rookie. Roll the dice, see what he can do, see if he can learn. Put him in at this time so he understands for the foreseeable future, him being in a Lakers uniform, and they do end up making the playoffs. Now it's time for him. He has an understanding. He has gotten real reps in meaningful minutes. But I'm glad we did not see Jake LaRavia play. And this is not a knock on him, but DMP for Jake LeBron is good because Adou Thiero, he had more rebounds than DeAndre Ayton. The athleticism, his ability to run, hell, his ability to even just have a little bit more quickness on the defensive end of the basketball court, it showed. Now, offensively, can he do much? Not really. I know he's able to get fouled a couple of times. I know there's ones where Austin Reaves was trying to throw in the lob. He kind of fumbled it and tried to put it back up. He missed the dunk, could have an and one opportunity. But at least he's being in the right spots. He's understanding the cut. Jake LaRavia, there's times he's just standing out there and waiting for the rock in the three-point ball. Like, Jake LaRavia, you haven't been consistent from the three-point line for damn near the entire course of the second half of the season. And I'm really not trying to pick on this Lakers team, but it's really, really hard. And it's really, really frustrating because the effort is there. It is. The first half effort has been there for Saturday's game and game number 2. But when you consistently go out there in the third quarter and you don't put up effort, you don't have energy. I don't understand that. There should be momentum when you have a lead heading into halftime. But that's not the case with this Lakers team. Between DeAndre Ayton, between Austin Reaves, we're going to discuss, like Rui Hachimura, really consistent. Rui Hachimura has shown a lot of people that he's able to provide you good minutes. He's going to be consistent from the three-point line. There's now, I watch Rui, and he's wide open for a three. I'm like, oh, that joint is going in. LeBron James, he's trying to do a lot. He's trying to get downhill. He's trying to get fouled and go to the free throw line. He's trying to facilitate. He's also trying to defend, trying to rebound. Age 41, though, what more can you ask for LeBron James? Where are the other guys at? Marcus Smart, offense has not been here in this series. Has really, really hot first 2 games of the Houston Rockets series. Offense kind of slowed down a little bit. But you can't be mad at Marcus Smart because what does he do? He provides you so much energy and effort on the defensive end of the basketball court. So you kind of live with a little bit of those mistakes. Now, I'm not saying that the turnovers, that's a different story. But Lakers only had 16 turnovers, so it's not like they was going crazy with the turnovers. It just started in that third quarter when you're giving up offensive rebounds on a free throw. On a free throw, man. You give up an offensive rebound. That third quarter is where the Lakers lost that game. And it just trickled over all the way into the fourth quarter. Whew. Gotta slow down a little bit, man. I owed you guys a little bit of time, and I will give you guys some more time. I've been drinking my water in my red Solo cup. But you guys have been all in the YouTube chat, and I'm going to read some more of your guys' stuff. We're going to get some more reactions out of this stuff. And we're definitely going to talk about Austin Reaves. And I want your guys' thoughts on Austin Reaves as well. But with that being said, hit that halfway point for you guys. I got to let my partners at Pachanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pachanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
What's going on? Welcome back to Lakers Talk Daily. Game number 4 is here, y'all. Game number 4 is here. And is it crazy to me to say that we just hope that this Lakers team just does not get swept by OKC? And JJ Redick, he has a belief. He really, really believes that this team is going to go out here and compete and win tonight, as we hope and we expect them to. Go out there, compete, and try to win one. But it's just the way OKC plays. They have 12 legit guys, just like you guys have been saying in the YouTube chat. They're younger. The Lakers need to get younger. They need to find how they can get, younger pieces. The JJ Redick doesn't have much to work with. He doesn't. Besides LeBron, besides Rui, you have Austin Reaves. Offense looks really, really good. But guess what? Defense. Austin Reaves was getting picked on once again. And it's not like he's getting picked on by SGA. Because if he was getting scored on by SGA, different story. SGA is a certified bucket getter. If he's getting scored on by Jalen Williams, the Oklahoma City Thunder's second best player, different story. Jalen Williams is an all-star. He got paid the big money to be that guy for OKC. Which, hear me out when I said that. He got paid to be that guy for OKC, to be a bucket getter. Now he hasn't been healthy this season, but you're not going to credit what Jalen Williams is going to be able to do on the offensive end, and he's not a bad defender. Austin Reaves, I know he struggled early in the series because he's trying to find rhythm and get back into the groove of things. How many times we see AJ Mitchell, who is left-handed, y'all, left-handed, being able to just go right by people. Mind you, do you know what his salary contract is looking like? He's with OKC for another 2-3 years. He's only making $3 million for each year. $3 million for AJ Mitchell in each year. And this is OKC's 12th best. Pretty much he's 12th in the rotation. But this right here, Austin Reaves trying to keep him in front. AR, he is left-handed, man. He is left-handed, and he's still able to go by you. This sequence right here, trying to run and squeeze the issue to LeBron James. Turnover. AJ Mitchell, another ISO. Hey, let's go right by him. No communication. Look at this, able to go downhill. That's when DeAndre Ayton just fouled him. What happens? AJ Mitchell, once again, comes off of the screen. Let's get the switch. Let's go by Austin Reaves. You can't pay him that much money if he is going to get beat by Oklahoma City Thunder's, what, 8th, 9th best guy? You can't pay him that much money if he can't defend. And it gets even more glaring when you don't have the personnel out there. So guess what? When you don't have the right personnel for your defense, you don't have the guy that you want to do schematically on the defensive end of the floor, and guess what? You are only as good as your weakest link. And OKC, they smell blood. They really, really do when it comes to Austin Reaves. Because that game plan, very, very open as far as we're going to attack Austin Reaves. We're going to force him to defend. We're going to attack Luke Kennard. We're going to force him to defend. We want to get the ball. We want to get it away from the side Marcus Smart is on. We want to get the switch. And that's what the NBA is now. Everything that they do is they like to switch. No one likes to fight through things. And it's just crazy because the defense from him, it's not good, man. Really, it is really not good. And all that money, I think that's why everyone is starting to get worried. It's because this is not Austin Reaves not being a good player. We're not saying that he's not a good player. Austin Reaves is a really good basketball player. It's just it is just how much you are trying to pay him and getting the understanding of you want to pay him that much money and he won't be able to defend. Also, the consistency. Is he going to be able to provide you that much offense? Is he going to be able to be consistent for $40 to $45 million? And you see the $40 to $45 million range that Austin is possibly going to make. And just to kind of get a list of, I'm gonna look up how many guys in the NBA are making about $40 to $45 million per year. And I think that'll be a good conversation to have because I don't understand. As of right now, Oklahoma City, they're asking Jalen Williams. He's making a lot of money, but guess what? Jalen Williams is going to score. Jalen Williams is going to defend. AJ Mitchell only makes $3 million per year, and he is significantly better than Austin Reaves in this series. That can't happen. And I'm really like Peter. I know Peter is loving this. I'm telling you guys right now, Peter in the YouTube chat is loving this. But I just keep on looking at the Lakers, and I'm seeing their defense, and they don't have those guys to do the right personnel. And JJ Redick doesn't have the personnel to really put out what he wants schematically. It's really, really frustrating. And sorry, I'm just over here looking up and trying to see how many guys in the NBA make $40 million a year. And this will be a really good list for you guys. And this will be a really good reaction from this because that is a lot of money. Like Anthony Edwards makes $45 million in that range. Luka Doncic, of course, makes $40 million in that range. Devin Booker is making about $53 million in that range. Look at all these guys we are listing. And you want to talk about, like, okay, Trae Young contract, whatever, man. But let's just stop right there, Tim. Evan Mobley making $46 million a year, right? Evan Mobley is a reigning defensive player of the year, right? Now that he hasn't really had a good series, but Evan Mobley is really, really good. And you can rely on him on the defensive end of the basketball court. Now, offensively, he's got to get better. Cleveland's going to understand the spacing. We're already there. Spider Mitchell, you already know what you're going to get out of Donovan Mitchell. He's a walking 25 to 30 points per game. Now, he might be a volume shooter, and his percentage might not be good, but Donovan Mitchell is a really, really good basketball player. He is an all-star. The list goes on. Anthony Edwards. What the hell have we just been seeing from the series of Anthony Edwards as he is dealing with runner's knee, as he is dealing with the hyper-extended left knee? The man has been playing while hurt, and he's averaging about $45 million a year. But you're going to get a dog out of Anthony Edwards, and he's not going to just let somebody just go right by him. He's going to take pride on the end of the basketball court. This is the range that we are trying to pay Austin Reaves. Now, with the Darius Garland and the John Morant, now I will tell you guys right now, I would take Austin Reaves over both of them. I would definitely take Austin Reaves over both of them. But if we just look at the other guys, like Scotty Barnes, this list just goes on. Scotty Barnes had a really good playoff series for the Toronto Raptors. Austin Reaves is trying to make more, is going to be making more than SGA? Really? There's no way, man. And I think that's why it has to be the right price. You can't overpay him. You can't overpay him. That is why this has been a big storyline. Because tell you what, if you're going to pay him, you better believe and you better make sure that you have the right personnel around them. Especially with Luka Doncic on the basketball court. You better make sure you got athletic wing defenders. And you might ask, what does that look like? Hell, a Peyton Watson. A Peyton Watson is what that looks like. And we've seen what more news has been surrounding. And this is why we put up this graphic. Because this has been another conversation. And to kind of end this show off right. And actually, before we get into Giannis, just to kind of read some more of you guys, more you guys stuff in the YouTube chat. Everyone is saying Peter is right. Peter is right. Yes, Peter was very, very big on this. But Brian's saying AR should get 20 to 25 mil. He should be our sixth man. JJ Reddit. AR going to get paid, but he shouldn't be anywhere near the max. And it's crazy that we are getting to that point, is that this is what we are at. It's not because what we've been seeing. It's because what we have been seeing. And as soon as you hear, reportedly, he could be making the max to $40 million. Like, whoa, slow down a little bit. Let's really reevaluate this. Let's make sure that we're not overpaying because we want good results. And you want to make sure if you're paying that much, it's going to come into what? Winning and success. Because guess what? You got to be able to get a good bench. You got to be able to get good unit. You got to be able to have guys that come off and provide secondary useful minutes. Because I'm tired of seeing guys come in from the bench and energy drops off. That's why you see OKC, you see the San Antonio Spurs, you see all these other teams, you see the Minnesota Timberwolves and how they get guys from the bench and they contribute. Lakers don't have that on a consistent basis. So in this offseason, it's going to be real work for Rob Pelinka and his whole entire Lakers front office. Now, to see the news with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I know what you guys are saying. Why are we circling back to this? No on Giannis. No, what are you going to give up for him? What does it look like? Can he fit with Luka Doncic? What is the rest of the roster going to look like? Yeah, that is the biggest discussion. Because you are going to have to give up a lot to acquire a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, I am in the path of no. Do not do this trade. Because if you do, you're telling yourself you're going to get rid of some future picks. You're going to limit your roster. You're not going to be able to have any sort of bench production because you're going to be capped by so much by acquiring a guy like Giannis. And he put him alongside Luka Doncic's contract. And you look at it, what have we been complaining about? Role players. Guys that can't come off the bench and provide useful minutes. JJ Redick looking down his bench and trying to find some sort of answers. If you bring a guy in like Giannis, that's taking a lot out of your salary cap. Now, could they try to make things useful? Can they try to find little pieces here and there? Possibly so. But just seeing what his contract is looking like and seeing what Luka Doncic's contract is looking like and seeing if they're trying to pay Austin Reaves, it's going to be a lot. And guess what? How are you going to get other assets around the team to make this a complete championship team? And you will always have that motto, OKC and San Antonio. You know what their motto is? They won in the draft. They took them a couple years, but they were able to build the right team by developing, by getting the guys in drafts. San Antonio Spurs, they hit on Wemby, of course, which is a given. They won the lottery. They hit on Dylan Harper. They're able to get De'Aaron Fox in a trade. You know, they got a veteran at Harrison Barnes. The list goes on and on and on. But they have their stars. But the role players essentially have been growing. We got Chris Canty on the screen for me. I guess that's my lookalike for today. But, man, it's been a good one, man. It's been a good one. And game number 4 is here. And I'm in that assumption, like, it sucks. It really does suck. Because Luka Doncic was having a really good season. He really, really did. Luka Doncic was having a really, really good season. It sucks that injuries take a toll. And that's another thing is that it comes back to we need Luka Doncic to be healthy for the foreseeable future as well. We can't keep on coming back to this and him being hurt right around playoff time. We got to be able to find a way to get Luka Doncic healthy for the foreseeable future. And JJ, how many one-way players the Lakers have right now? And just like Brian said, it's Luke, it's Hayes, it's Smith Jr., Jake Reaves. By the way, Ayton is on a player option. I believe Marcus Smart is on a player option as well. Jake LaRavia, I believe he's on a player option as well. I think he's on a 2-year deal. I got it. Don't quote me on that. I will get those facts right. But there's a lot of guys that the Lakers are probably going to offload from. That's why this offseason, I'm telling you guys right now, we're going to be locked in because this is going to be the most interesting offseason. While you have Luka Doncic in his prime, Austin Reaves' contract situation, where the Lakers value him at, and if he's potentially going to be on the move. LeBron James, is he going to return? Are the Lakers going to try to acquire another star? There's so much things that can happen in this offseason. But as I am with you guys and everyone that's tuning into Lakers Talk Daily, build the right team. Make it make sense. You got to try to get the right personnel. You have to get younger. You have to get athletic. All those different types of things you got to be able to hit on. It's easier said than done, but the Lakers got work to do. But it starts off with this game tonight. Can the Lakers avoid getting swept? They're down 3-0. They're back at home. See what we can get out of Austin Reaves on the defensive side. Can DeAndre Ayton bounce back and wake up for game number 4? What type of useful minutes are we going to get from the bench? It's the same type of conversation. Stop coming out slow in the third quarter. Please, just prove us. The Lakers owe us that. Come out with more energy in the second half. But for you guys in the YouTube chat, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And apologize for the technical difficulties early on this episode. And my crew back there, Tim, ran the operation. Game number 4 is here. You guys can catch me on ESPN Los Angeles on the Instagram Live immediately after game number 4 tonight. And also be sure to tune into the post-game show with Beto Durant. I will be hopping on there as well with him. Beto Durant does a really good job of recapping the game, bringing on callers. You guys should call in as well. Give it a real reaction. Let everyone know how you really feel. Call in. It's fun, man. But for you guys, have a great rest of your day. I will be talking to you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. And it's either going to be one of those episodes of Lakers lose. We're going to be talking about the downfall and how everything happened. But if they win, we're going to be seeing what it can look like for game number 5. But have a great rest of your day, y'all. Thank you guys so much. I'm really, really grateful for you guys. We out.